It's coming up quick, but Nintendo's 2019 E3 Direct is only 2 weeks away. I can't wait to hear more about their game lineup for the rest of this year. Maybe if I talk to this Gossip Stone in Hyrule Field, it will give me a hint of what will be shown. Alright Navi, lock on. So Gossip Stone, what will be shown at E3?
I overheard this. Nintendo will announce brand new titles from some of their most popular franchises. Also, a lot of information on Pokemon, Luigi's Mansion and more will be shown.
Well, I think that's all pretty obvious. Can't you tell me anything else?
I can, but it will spoil the rest of the episode. I think it's best to sit back and listen to the show to hear my super accurate predictions.
Alright, Mr. Gossip Stone, I'll take your word for it. Although I do expect you to be pretty on point with your predictions. The internet's already bad enough with all of the false rumours and all that going around. Maybe everybody needs a Gossip Stone of their own.
Yeah, I do recommend it. We are pretty cool.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the House of Mario, the award-winning Nintendo podcast, backed by 120 Power Star rating, and the doors to episode 99 are open. I'm your host, Drew Agnew, and joining me as always is the ace trainer, Bryce DeWitt.
Ace trainer?
Ace trainer, you're a good trainer.
Well, the ace trainer is the default that I had in, black and white, I'm pretty sure.
Well, they're like the default, cool trainer. You're a pretty cool Pokemon trainer, I think.
Oh, sweet. Alright, that's good then.
Yeah. So this week is our E3 sort of prediction game episode. We're not going to do normal predictions like we've done in the past. We've got a little a game set up where we can sort of mix and match, but more on that a little bit later. First off, I just want to talk about episode 100. It is next week, and it's going to be a celebration of sort of our podcast, what Bryce and I have sort of put together over the last couple of years, I guess.
Yes, indeed.
It's going to be a bit weird because it's going to be a bit self-indulgent, but I don't really mind.
So looking forward to it.
Yeah, so am I. It's going to be a lot of fun. I hope everyone tunes in for it next week. And if you'd like to be involved with either questions, topic ideas, whatever it might be, maybe even a voice recording you want to put in the episode, whatever it might be, I'm at iDruby on Twitter and Facebook and
there's always the Discord too.
Discord as well, which is linked in the show notes below. So
always, never not.
Lots of ways to get in contact with us. So if you'd like to be involved, even if you've never spoken to us in your life, but you've listened to maybe 5 or the last 100 episodes, whatever it might be, feel free to get in contact with us. And I'm looking forward to it.
Oh yeah,
a lot of work it's going to be, but it's going to be good.
Yeah, it's going to be great. Yeah, for sure.
So Bryce, before we get into our E3 talk, what have you been playing on Nintendo Switch or mobile phone these days?
Oh, shut up. No, look, I actually haven't had a lot of time this week to play anything, to be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
I've been sort of dabbling in a little bit. I've been playing more 12, and that's pretty much the extent of what I've been doing on the Switchy.
Yep. Yeah. I'm a bit the same. Like a friend of mine came over yesterday. Actually, we played a bit more Team Sonic Racing. I don't have a lot more to say than I did last week. I think I summed it up fairly well, even though I only played it for a little bit. Like last week, I only played it for about an hour, but playing
the one thing you didn't mention before though was the voices.
Yeah, the voices.
That's something you brought
up
to me.
I was playing it on my monitor, which is like a 28-inch and also handheld mode. The sound wasn't that loud, but playing on my 50-so-inch TV with the subwoofer and everything, just the Sonic characters, they don't seem to shut up. All they do is talk and talk and talk. Like every time you get an item, it's like
cool.
Wow. It's like a sentence, because in Mario Kart it'll be like woohoo, and that's it.
Yeah,
do a jump. That's what Mario says, or Yoshi. And that's pretty much what goes on. But Sonic, every Sonic character does a "ooh, good one, Eggman," and stuff like that. It just goes, and you hear everyone on your team. So there's 3 people. Every time they do something, throw an item, swap an item, whatever it might be, you'll hear about it. So if you're playing 2-player and you're on different teams, you'll hear 6 people just constantly talking. It's not super annoying, but I feel like it will get annoying.
It drones on, yeah.
It just drones on, especially when you hear the same line again and again. It's the sort of cocky sort of attitude Sonic.
Wow, Eggman! Wow, cool.
Yeah, cool, Eggman.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, I just thought I'll bring that up. It's just yeah. And we played the online as well, and the online it worked fine, but when I went into like the casual mode for 2-player teams, it wouldn't allow me to actually choose our characters and choose our team, so we weren't on the same team.
That's weird.
Yeah, it wouldn't let us. It just like sort of picked our default characters from the last time we played. It never actually let us pick.
That's strange. That's really strange.
And like you might think, oh, that's maybe to save time, but it wasn't really. It was just like, yeah, I don't know. It was a bit odd, but multiplayer worked fine online, it seemed. Just like Mario Kart 8 seems to work well.
All right, well, that's okay then, I guess.
So, yeah, I'm still enjoying it. I haven't changed my view on it over the last week, which is a good thing.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And actually last night, because we finished work where we get home about 12 o'clock or something.
Yeah.
Something like that. And I picked up my Switch and I played Pokemon Let's Go to about 5 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, well, no, that explains why you got up so late this morning.
Yeah, I got up like 11. Bryce was like, oh, you ready to do the podcast? I'm like, oh, I just got up. Give me some time. I need a shower and stuff.
Yeah, yep.
But yeah, because I'm like, I looked at my team and I'm like, I want these guys level 100. So I went to Cerulean Cave when I did the Chansey method, which is like chain Chansey, and I was getting it's really weird because sometimes I was getting like 5,000 XP, then like I do like another catch and it'll be like 40,000 XP.
That's that's because when you hit certain chain.
I know, but it seemed like if I get an excellent, I might have only got that low one, and I do another one and I only get the low one. And,
okay.
And that was both like the size variants as well, which like the tiny and the big Pokemon, they give you more XP, but
gotcha. Yeah.
It wasn't very consistent. And I thought it was a bit weird, but got all my Pokemon level 100. Cool. Good for me. Woohoo.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah. That works, yeah.
Yeah. No, I was just playing that. I'm like, when's Sword and Shield coming out? Because supposedly it's going to have a lot more content than these games.
I hope so.
Like, you'd think so.
Well, you'd think so. It's
Over like,
more of a hope so, yeah.
Yeah, because like X and Y, it's like it didn't really.
Yeah.
Sun and Moon had like a bit at the end, but not real. Well,
not enough.
Ultra Sun and Moon, it kind of did if you're into catching the legendaries, but not really on the...
And Rainbow Rocket, I guess.
Yeah, it did too, yeah.
Yeah, it's something.
Yeah. So no, that's what I've been playing anyway. Not a whole lot.
Nice.
Alright, so Bryce, E3 is a couple of weeks away. Personally, are you excited for it this year?
I mean, the only thing that's got me not very excited is they said they were going to focus more on titles that we already know about. So we're not going to get anything that's like it's like a huge surprise, I don't think.
Yeah, but I agree. They did say that, but back in 2017 they also said that, and they're like, yeah, Pokemon games and Metroid Prime 4. Which weren't that year. So we'll get something like that, hopefully, which is like a look to the future.
Yeah, maybe, but I feel like they've got a lot on their roster at the moment as it is. We've got a lot coming out this year. Like a ton. A metric ton. So...
Yeah, we do. There's like 10 plus games from Nintendo.
Yeah.
What are either first party or second party, but they're all published by Nintendo. Some might slip, but yeah. Like for me, I am excited about E3, but I'm not as excited as I was last year. Last year we sort of knew Smash was going to be shown there. We knew there's going to be a bit of Pokemon stuff, but this year it's sort of, I don't know, it's sort of a bit different. Sort of we know a lot about a few games like Astral Chain, Mario Maker, and all that, but we don't know, say like Animal Crossing or Luigi's Mansion 3. So there are a few holes there, but I feel like last year I was a bit more excited about it, but I'm still really excited, obviously, to see what Nintendo's got.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
No, I feel you on that one.
All right, let's jump into this game, Bryce. Let's try and explain it. You're the one who... you come up with the idea on the way here, so...
I did, yeah. Okay. Yeah.
You're the brainchild.
So, something sort of popped into my head, and like thinking about the fact that this year, like I said, we know most of the stuff that's going to be talked about. I think it's pretty obvious what most of the stuff is going to be. So I thought, well, we want to make our predictions sort of more outlandish and sort of out there. So I've come up with a game. Now, we've taken 12 titles, I believe, we've got, in one side of the box. In the other side of the box, we have a bunch of predictions that we could put with those titles. So we're going to call it the Gossip Stone Mystery Box.
Yep.
All right. So... You play Zelda, you know what a Gossip Stone is.
Listen,
You hit it and it sort of gives you a hint of what to do next.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, we're going to use this as a prediction tool, and we're going to see what outlandish things we can come up with for each game just by picking 2 tickets out of a box.
Yep.
All right? And we'll work from there. And
so what we get.
Depending on what we'll get, we'll try to sell the idea. We're not going to just be like,
that's ridiculous.
That's ridiculous. I mean, we're going to have a will and will not option, I think, for just some of the ones that are just like way too unexplainable.
Yeah, but it's like Luigi's Mansion cannot do a backflip off your trampoline.
Yeah, exactly. Right?
Can't sell that. It's a video game.
Yeah, that's not the purpose of a video game. So, I mean, we'll try to pick the will as much as possible, but I think it's just sort of like if we're stumped in how to do it, then it won't happen.
Yeah.
So we'll make that. We'll put that in there. And we'll try to keep the predictions together and see where we go from there.
Sounds excellent, Bryce. All right, before we start, let's open our beers.
Yeah, okay. Yep. Yeah, that's probably a good idea. It's wet rain.
This pull tab broke. Bloody Carlton Dry. When are they going to change it?
Well, apparently the case is being sent out this month. They're supposed
Did you
to
get
be
a
back
pop
to
on
normal.
yours?
No.
There we go. I got the pop, but it just like sprayed all over my neck.
It's everywhere. Ew.
It's like, it's going to be like, you put a bit of perfume on your neck. I'm going to walk past someone and it's going to be like, do you put beer on your neck? He's like, yes, it's my new fragrance.
Yeah, new fragrance. Carlton Dry.
I like smelling like an alcoholic. All right, Bryce, you go first, dude.
All right, I go first. All right,
pick your game.
All right. I don't know what we're going to go for here. All right, so we have Metroid Prime 4, so a big hitter right off the bat, right?
Boom.
And we've got the fucking rustle of this. Can you hear this, guys? It's like, oh, it's beautiful.
They might be able to.
All right, so
that's
we've got...
microphones are. Metroid Prime 4.
Metroid Prime 1... Metroid Prime 4... sorry, I read the word one, the letter 1, the number 1. Shut up. Metroid Prime 4 has Spider-Man as Day 1 DLC.
All right, how are you going to sell us on this, Bryce?
All right, so I mean, it's possible. Let's say Samus ends up on Earth for whatever reason. Earth is distraught, and the only thing protecting New York City still is Spider-Man.
Yeah. Yep.
All right, so let's say we have a side story that's sitting there with Spider-Man. All right, with Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3 being very Switch applied and heavy.
Yeah.
It's very possible that Marvel and Nintendo are forming a good relationship here.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
So it's possible that we could see some sort of like implementation of Spider-Man in the game. They share similarities. They're both very agile, flexible.
Yes, they are.
They both have grappling hook options.
Yeah. Yes.
They have a form of primary fire in some degree. The only thing that Spider-Man does more of is probably hand-to-hand combat.
Yes.
All right. So let's take it into prospect that maybe there's like a DLC mission in Metroid where Samus ends back up on Earth for some reason. Right? Presuming there is an Earth in that universe.
Yeah, presuming
there is. And Samus ends up on Earth and Samus teams up with Spider-Man to take down an army of space pirates that are invading New York City.
I like the sound of that, especially the Ultimate Alliance with it's published by Nintendo, so they want to do a bit of cross promoting there and a bit of day one DLC, maybe free, maybe $10 or something. I think they'll go wonders for a bit of cross promotion there. So I think that's a good prediction there, Bryce.
Yeah, I reckon I reckon that'll sell well. All right, so that's definitely going in the wheel pile.
On the wheel pile, yes.
The wheel pile.
So I've picked Astral Chain.
Ooh, Astral Chain.
And I'll do the
Coming
rustle.
Out August. Yeah, you got to do a good rustle, otherwise it doesn't sound like you've done it properly.
Astral Chain has been bought by EA.
Oh shit! Here we go.
So,
all right, so explain this one.
So, I've got to try and sell this one. I really don't want it to be true.
No, yeah, and you got to explain why it's a good thing too.
Yeah, so
considering how much shit we talk about EA.
So EA, they haven't had the greatest run the last couple of years with the microtransactions. They've run the Star Wars IP into the ground. Hopefully, Respawn this year will bring it up again with Fallen Jedi. But they're looking at their IP, right? EA, and they've got FIFA. They've got the Battlefield may or may not be coming out this year. No, it's Battlefront this year.
Battlefront.
Battlefront. They're sort of like, we've got to give this stuff a rest. So they're looking at us like, all right, we can't think of anything. We can't develop something off the bat straight away. So they look at Nintendo and said, I'll tell you what, we'll chuck our money at Platinum Games, at Nintendo. Let's try and get this game into our studios, and we'll publish it everywhere. We'll still Nintendo will still be getting money. Platinum will still be getting money. Be on multiple platforms, and EA is like,
because we all know EA are really big in the Japanese market.
They are they're looking for something really different,
really investing in Japanese titles.
Yeah, they're like, tell you what, we'll go from man playing football and man with gun to cyborg man and woman fighting crime in Tokyo. Yeah. Just do something different. And it's a good thing because it'll be on multiple platforms and more people will be able to experience it.
All right.
And it'll be a good thing for the IP. Might get more sequels and that because of it.
All right, listen, I can believe that. All right. As much as I don't like EA, maybe they can finally do some justice.
Yes, they've got plenty of money behind them. They'll be able to do marketing really well and everything. It'll be fantastic.
Oh, yeah, good marketing.
Good marketing. And
fantastic marketing.
And they'll put some... No... I was going to say they put some loot boxes, but I don't want to unsell what I've already done. You know what I mean? So, all right. So that's my thing. All right. What we got next?
All right. What do we got next, Drew?
What's the gossip stone going to tell us here? What's it going to give us?
It's probably going to say something along the lines of, "You can kill Ganon with a light arrow."
Ooh.
I don't know.
Or like in the Temple of Time, you can crawl under this thing.
All right. So we got Fire Emblem Three Houses. All right,
very nice.
So not long after E3.
Yeah, game we're anticipating.
Really at all.
Looking forward to. Looks good.
Oh, it looks fantastic. It's set out to be like one of the best Fire Emblems in the series, as well as what seems to be coming out of the news of it. So let's pick that one, shall we?
I can't wait to play it. Actually, I'm actually really looking forward to it.
Yeah,
next month or a couple of months.
All right, so Fire Emblem Heroes will be at the Microsoft press conference.
Okay.
All right, so. Let's just say that Fire Emblem has really made a big boom in the West after Awakening.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
which it did.
And Nintendo and Microsoft are getting very close. They're really sort of like branching together. We might end up seeing Microsoft IPs back on Nintendo. Stuff that Nintendo had before, like Banjo or Conker. Jesus,
Kinky.
And maybe we might even see Master Chief at the platform in some sort of aspect too. I mean, you've got games like Spartan Assault to test the waters. It's like $5. It's just that type of thing, right?
Yeah.
So, in this little rendezvous that they're having, and they're sort of coming together and acting together as like a very, very good partnership between two companies, what's to say that we can't see Microsoft boast Nintendo IPs?
Do you think this will be on Xbox One, or you reckon Microsoft will just be like, yeah, just show it here, just why not?
No, it could be on Xbox One. It's a very untapped market, the strategy market. It's pretty much ruled by stuff like Civ, or more closer to Fire Emblem, I suppose, Valkyria Chronicles and stuff like that.
Yeah, and you've got Halo Wars, which the the Xbox community are familiar with.
But that's the thing. Like Civ and Halo Wars, they're more like RTS. They're not turn-based sort of strategy map type games. Whereas Fire Emblem is like the king of that. It's like one of the most popular games under that genre.
Especially now, like sense. Final Fantasy Tactics and that aren't.
Yeah, they're not. They're not sort of pushing forward. And like, what better way to bring the Xbox audience to Nintendo with something that's sort of more along the lines of teen to mature sort of thing. There's a lot in Fire Emblem to love, like building the relationship between characters and having families and all that stuff, and really pushing for that beautiful sort of tough game where if a unit dies, it's gone for good. It sort of caters to that market, right?
Yeah.
Which is huge on PS4 and Xbox.
Mm.
It's huge. Like playing games like Dark Souls, where like dying has dire consequences and stuff like that, sort of makes you want to really put in the effort, and do better. So I like with Fire Emblem as it is. It had a tough time during Fates. Maybe it'll have a better time during Three Houses, and maybe with this partnership, they'll be like, hey, let's bring a Nintendo IP. But of course, they wouldn't put Mario or Zelda on there. You know, it's too much to put Mario or Zelda on there because after what happened with the CDI, we know that shit like that's not going to happen ever again. So it's possible that Nintendo could be like, here, put this game on your console to gauge interest.
Yeah.
So you know what?
Because it's not the heaviest hitter, but it is a
it's still a pretty heavy hitter, especially in Japan where Microsoft needs that.
Yeah.
They really need that.
Yeah, and there might be a relationship in the background where it's like, okay, Microsoft wants a game from Nintendo to be also published on Xbox because Nintendo is also wanting something from them published on
Nintendo,
which is bigger than Cuphead and Ori. It might be, it might be a Halo game. It might be something.
Yeah, exactly.
Which we don't know about. Yeah.
It could be a blossoming of a good partnership, and this could be like one of the bigger ties to it. You know,
when we were going to do normal predictions, one of my really out there predictions was going to be that Nintendo will be on the Microsoft press conference because Halo Infinite is on Nintendo Switch.
Yeah, right.
Because it's going to be like an online game when like it's going to be cross save over Xbox One, the next generation of Xbox, and they've also made it run on Switch. And it's all cross play, cross save, cross whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
yeah. So and I don't think that's a hugely. It is it's an out there idea, but it could happen. It's not stupid.
Might not even be Fire Emblem. It might be completely something different. But like just. Even just something like that, like that's
Box Boy, really show off the next generation hardware.
I feel like it could apply to Metroid as well if we didn't pull Metroid up. Like it probably could have applied to Metroid as well.
Yeah.
But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. It could come true. You never know.
Yeah.
There's an untapped Japanese market there. Their exports aren't really in, so they need to.
Yeah, it was a very untapped market.
Very untapped market for them. So
they sell like 5,000. 500,000 copies of the Xbox in Japan or something.
Yeah, something like that.
Something ridiculously sad.
Yeah.
Where they sell like 30 for the week.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
All right, let's move on. So, Gossip Stone, what will you give me today? I have Town by Game Freak.
Town by Game Freak.
Do the rustle.
Whether
you guys can hear the rustle, I don't know. Okay. Town by Game Freak will make Switch owners smile with glee before running around their backyards naked.
I'm not sure there's one person out there.
All right, so we've got Eric Zutch, right? Eric Zutch, he's done quite a lot of coverage on his YouTube channel about Town. He's gone really in depth about it. He loves his RPGs. He loves his Tales series, right? And he likes Pokemon, but he's not into Pokemon like us, where we just like gush over it all the time.
Yeah, right. Yeah, but RPGs like Town.
But Town, I think they show a bit more about it. They show a bit more of the systems, and I think Eric out there will be like, "Oh my god, I am ecstatic about this. I'm smiling with glee at the moment, and my clothes cannot stay on." And I don't know where Eric. I know roughly where Eric lives. I don't know if he's got neighbours or whatever, but I'm going to assume he's got like a bit of a backyard with high fences, and he just runs around that naked. So, Eric, if you don't do this, I'm going to be very upset because this prediction didn't come real.
We need one of these to come real.
I need one of these to come real. So if you could do us a favour, mate, and just maybe record a little bit on Twitter, put it on there so I can just do a little tick next to that prediction. That'd be great. Maybe like record it from the waist up, obviously, but
yeah. We don't need to see all of it.
He's getting pretty good with his Instagram, doing photos and that on there. So that'd be a great addition to that after E3, I think. So
fantastic.
All right,
yeah.
Thank you, Eric. All right.
Okay, so add that to the wheel list.
The wheel list.
All right, Eric, have fun. All right, so we'll move on to the next one, shall we? So which game is going to come out next, Drew?
I don't know. Luigi's Mansion 3.
Okay.
So we're guessing the games that are going to come out now.
If it's Luigi's Mansion 3,
you're going to cook me a barbecue dinner.
yes. There you go. All
Alright, thanks, mate.
Ready?
Yes, I'm very ready. Is it?
Well, I guess I owe you a barbecue dinner because it is Luigi's Mansion 3.
Yes.
Look at that. Look at that.
Do I get marinated steaks or what?
No.
Oh.
you get a barbecue sausage. There you go.
Oh, that'll do.
Yeah.
Bread?
A
Barbecue
snack.
sauce?
Yeah. All right. Yeah.
Yeah, sweet. Alright.
I suppose I can vouch for that. That's maybe like what,
So,
$15.
All right. If whoever's listening to this, please hold Bryce to the barbecue dinner. That sounds great. You said you do a mean carbonara last night too. That sounds great too.
Okay, I could also invite you around for that.
All right, invite me around for a carbonara.
All right. Okay.
All right,
cool.
that sounds good.
So, Luigi's Mansion 3 will be delayed till 2020.
Oh no.
Now, this could very well come true, and this one isn't even a joke.
No, it's no joke.
It's no joke.
This is serious.
It really could be delayed to 2020. There's like a whole host of reasons, but I think the most obvious is that we've heard jack shit right now.
It's the game I've heard the least about.
It is literally
Apart from Animal Crossing.
Well, Animal Crossing and Luigi's Mansion sort of sit on the same.
Same little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It could be delayed till January, I reckon. I don't reckon they'll delay it. I don't reckon it'll be delayed, like, I don't know, halfway through next year or something like that.
No Yoshi Crafted World delay.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's not going to be that bad, but I do think that this could probably fall soft in, early January to sort of cover their release there. Mm-hmm. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It doesn't seem like anything that they've currently got on the roster at the moment would fit that category. Mm-hmm. But considering how much little we've heard about Animal Crossing and Luigi's Mansion, both of those could fit this category. And I think Animal Crossing is probably
I think
more needed.
Oh yeah.
I feel like
yes, 100%.
Ever since Pocket Camp as well, like fandom for that's only gone up.
Well, it's just like a New Leaf. Like that was huge.
New Leaf.
It just exploded on 3DS.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Whereas Luigi's Mansion, while a great game, and I haven't played the second, admittedly. While great games, as I'll put it, probably fits more of a niche-ty to some degree than what Animal Crossing does.
Yeah, look,
it's like it's a spooky cartoon game or it's a game about life.
Luigi's Mansion is for Nintendo gamers who already have a Switch.
Yes, exactly.
Animal Crossing will sell Switches.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It sold 3DSs and it will sell Switch.
Yeah, because the thing is like the slice of life type of video game, I guess, like The Sims and stuff like that. They do sell consoles,
and I cannot wait for Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
I really want that pick up and play, do your bit for the day,
Yep.
and put it down, or play it for 2 hours and just like really get amongst it, collect stuff. I cannot wait for it.
Yeah, for sure.
I really I'm looking forward to seeing it at E3, but we've got Animal Crossing in here, so we won't go into it too much.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, but no, it's perfectly possible. I think with the lack of information that we've had, and the sort of empty sort of January schedule that we aren't aware of yet.
That was really lucky that option came up for that game, because if it came up for like Mario Maker 2 is going to be delayed to 2020, it's like it's going to be like, no, it's not.
No, it's like
it's
that's
not.
in the will not pile.
Yeah.
It's already sorted.
So-
They've already talked about it largely.
Yeah, so we're going well. We've got all of it in the will happen pile.
Yeah, because we've come up with some reasonable. First one is totally reasonable.
So reasonable. All right, so the Gossip Stone, blah 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 blah. Link's Awakening remake.
Oh, here we go.
The Gossip Stone. What do we got here? Gossip Stone. Link's Awakening will be a crossover with another IP.
Yeah. Well, actually, that's
I know.
technically true to some degree.
It is, because I guess spoilers if you haven't played
Link's Awakening.
Link's Awakening.
Yep.
There are many characters and references to other Nintendo IP, being Mario, Kirby.
Yeah. Like,
already
no joke.
in there.
Yeah.
So it's already referenced in the original one, let alone what they might implement in this one. They might even put something like Animal Crossing or something in here.
Yep.
That'd be really cool. Like, you just like... Because you go... Like, people who already played it, like, there's the Chain Chomp right outside of, like, your grandpa's
Was the Chain
house.
Chomp scene in the trailer?
Yes.
It was? Okay, so it's almost 100% confirmed, and that's almost a tick. I'm still going to put it in, like...
The Goombas in that were too.
Okay, well, there you go. I'm still going to put it in the, whatever pile, just in case maybe there's some new stuff.
I think... Actually, that's a great idea, because this won't be just the base game with stuff. There'll be new areas, there'll be new lists, like whatever it might be. I think they might actually go like, all right, there's been more Nintendo IP since...
And they'll add stuff
since
in.
the Game Boy days. It's going to be like... There might be like references to Animal Crossing. There might be references to Luigi's Mansion. There might be references to even something like Astral Chain or something.
Yeah,
Like,
it could get weird.
Yeah, it
could
could
get really weird.
because this game is, Link's Awakening is just a really weird and wacky Zelda game. If you haven't played it, I'm not going to say why. It's a weird and wacky Zelda game.
Yeah, it just is a weird and wacky Zelda game.
It's got no limits. It's not like you can't do this in this world because of this.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
So that was another great pull, actually.
Yeah, that was a really great pull, yeah. So,
Yeah.
I mean, that one's pretty much confirmed, like, if we're talking about a full recreation of what already was, but let's just say... They'll add in more stuff.
Yeah, it might be something like, you get to a village and it might be like an Animal Crossing village. Like,
Yeah.
what the hell?
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
It's not an entire crossover, but there's so much little elements that might as well just be like a whole crossover in itself. It's, I don't know, just go play Link's Awakening if you haven't, or do hold out for it, because Link's Awakening is such a weird and wonderful game.
I'd say just wait for this one if you haven't played it. But
Well, I mean, yeah, if you feel like playing an old Game Boy game, why not? It's a good game. All right.
absolutely.
So there's another one.
There's another one in the wheel pile.
Another one in the wheel pile. We're working on this.
The
It's
Gossip
working well.
Stone's going well, Bryce. All right.
All right. Okay.
It's going well.
Dear me, what will we pick next? See, I take the time to shuffle. You just kind of go...
Yeah, I'm sorry.
All right, so Breath of the Wild 2.
Ooh, this is
All
a biggie.
Now, we know this game ain't coming out, but we thought we'd put it in there because we needed something.
It's not announced anyway.
Yeah, exactly. We know they're working on something. All right, so we thought we'd put this in there just for gaffs. All right,
I'll be chuffed if this is announced.
I'll be chuffed. Yeah.
Absolutely chuffed.
All right, so Breath of the Wild 2 has an actual decent multiplayer.
Oh, all right. Explain, my friend.
So, something that people have been dreaming of ever since, games like Morrowind, or even more recently, where they've actually sort of implemented it with like Skyrim and stuff like that in open world games, is a severe lack of multiplayer unless you're playing something akin to an MMORPG.
Fallout 76.
Well, yeah, that's a sad case of it, right?
It's a very sad case.
Like that game has like fallen so far from grace and did it completely wrong. Bethesda are not good at doing multiplayer, it seems. Mm-hmm. So what this could mean is that we could see Breath of the Wild 2, not with multiple links, but maybe a co-op option for maybe Zelda or something. Still set in, it's kind of like the transition of Ocarina of Time to Majora's Mask type of sequel.
Yeah.
And they
reuse assets and...
Yeah, they reuse some assets and sort of make it up and, make it co-op capable and stuff, and just sort of... There is a possibility for it there to make it work, so it's just like you can see the same enemies, you can damage the same enemies, but it actually doesn't take that much to process that, if that makes sense.
Do you see this game being more of a Four Swords sort of thing, where it's like this is the multiplayer game, or is this a brand new adventure, but you can play multiplayer?
No, see, with the way that Breath of the Wild... Okay, alright, slight spoilers here. If you haven't finished Breath of the Wild, we're going to want to listen to the next maybe 2 minutes or so.
Is this the end boss? Is this what you're going to...
Not the end boss, no, but the post boss.
Okay.
So if you haven't finished Breath of the Wild, skip ahead maybe 2 minutes or so. Mm-hmm. All right. In the end, Zelda and Link are going off to do political stuff. Basically, they're going around to sort of unite the kingdoms again and get everything back on track. The Gerudo, the Zora, etc., the Goron, and there seems to be like, we really thought that the hero, what was it called? The Hero's Ballad.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Gotcha. So I originally thought that's what that was going to be. It was going to be an extension to the story, and that was what it was going to be. And that there was going to be some sort of crisis that sort of comes up there that's only minor. Mm-hmm. Like something comes back that is sort of looking to, I don't know, undo the work that's been done. It could be possible that they could just translate that into an entire sequel with a recurring enemy that's happened before, like Vati, maybe.
Oh yeah, yep.
And then instead of Zelda being the helpless princess she is, maybe she could be an optional character.
Oh yeah, well, yeah,
to use.
Yeah, well, in Breath of the Wild, she isn't, the helpless princess.
No. She ends up being the solution to everything.
Yeah, well, exactly.
Which is usually Link to whatever degree, but
in the past, there hasn't really been a Zelda game where
she's always involved in.
She's always like the strong female.
Yeah, she is
lead.
She's always involved in the end, but Link's usually one dealing the final blow. Whereas
she's no Peach.
No, yeah. Whereas Zelda in this was the sole reason that Ganon's gone.
Yeah.
Now, I think that this could work, and a lot of people are clamoring. They have been clamoring for ages for Zelda to sort of be like in her own game that's not as par-soffy as Super Princess Peach, for example.
Yeah,
they want Zelda to be like fully involved in a Zelda game, have her, be a protagonist and playable and stuff like that. And I think like an adventure where Link and Zelda have been trying to sort out all this political shit, and then it sort of comes out that there is something else looking to terrorize the world again. I think that's possible.
It could be cool.
And the development of like the castle town again and Kakariko Village and that all being built up. Like seeing that in a Breath of the Wild sequel would be awesome. But imagine if you could play that co-op.
That'd be sick. I was about to say
Link and Zelda traveling together.
Yeah, I was going to say the Breath of the Wild has such a great sense of exploration and just being able to discover things, and like having the option to be like you and I together in the same game, do that together. Yeah. Have the game sort of be based, have it built into it that there will be two players maybe being together as a party, going through clearing out bases and all that. I think that'll be so much fun.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I think like a co-op Zelda that is like that is something that we could really use,
because we've seen co-op Zeldas which have been like the top-down perspective, like Four Swords and everything like that.
Yeah,
but yeah, that could be really cool if that was an aspect built into, say, the sequel to Breath of the Wild.
Would it just be cool if it was like, hey, you're like sitting next to your buddy and you're playing a co-op Zelda or something? It's like, hey, quick, throw a bomb at that bokoblin, and then you've got one person preparing a bomb, another person preparing an arrow, for example. The person that throws the bomb knocks the bokoblin back, and then the person with the bow shoots the bokoblin out of midair. Like something like that. Just simple little stuff like that would be so fun to do.
Or like bosses, say, like, you use like the hook shot on an item on a boss. You pull it down and you're holding it with the hook shot, and it's trying to get up, and you're like, no. Then like you come and like just come and stab it in the eye.
Yeah,
like just stuff like that. Like I know like Monster Hunter and that does some like
similar stuff.
Does similar stuff to that, but having that in like a Zelda environment where it's like a puzzle, rather than just farming for items. You're actually trying to clear dungeons and that. Yeah, that it could be very cool.
I reckon it'll work. I reckon that that could go in the possible pile. I don't think it's going to be announced this year, but I mean, it had to have something there.
Yeah. I don't think it'll be announced. This year's already that packed. They don't need a Zelda game, but it might be one of those announcements that actually gets announced, earlier than we think it will. And will come out like June next year or holidays or whatever. All right, so I'm doing the Gossip Stone.
Yeah.
What do we got here?
Here we go.
What do we got? Bayonetta 3.
Oh, Bayonetta 3. All right, something people are anticipating.
Bayonetta 3. And what is the option?
An empty piece.
I pulled out just a blank piece of paper.
No, you must have put a blank piece in there.
Yeah.
Silly boy.
Just Bayonetta 3. Nothing. Just Bayonetta 3.
Yeah.
Got another one. Bayonetta 3 will have an additional download requirement. That's exciting.
That's exciting. Yay.
I could see it being you know what, Bryce? This won't happen. This will not happen. It's a Nintendo published game. A lot of these publishers put their games on the smaller cards because they don't want to pay the extra for the larger cards.
Right.
This is a Nintendo published game. They will not be about that. If it's a bigger game than the 8 gig that comes on the initial card, they'll just pay for the additional 16 gig card, and it'll be on that.
Okay. Yeah, no, that's fair enough. I think I can get behind that too.
So that's all I need to say. I don't think I have to go too much into that.
No, yeah. At least with that, definitely. I think you're right.
So that's in the no pile.
Yeah, that's the first no.
And that's day one. Like, obviously they'll patch it down the line and whatever, but they won't be like, oh, if you want the multiplayer or whatever it might be, it'll be on the card.
Yep. Right. They'll just spring for the card, you reckon?
Yeah, I think so. Nintendo published game, they want it to be easy as possible. They're not Bethesda saying, no, we don't want to pay for that bloody extra card.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough. All right, I'll take your word on that. All right, so that's our first no pile one.
Yep.
Right, funnily enough, that Bayonetta 3, is the first one in our no pile.
And that could have been one that was delayed to 2020. I wouldn't be surprised at all.
That could have. Yeah, could be. So Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3.
Yes.
Right.
Looking forward to this game.
I know you were looking forward to this game. I mean, I'm not going to pick it up, but I know you are.
Yeah, I'm on a little bit of a Marvel kick since the Avengers and all that, and having a game where I can just like chill out, do some beat 'em up, grind. Sounds like fun.
Yeah, right.
What we got? That's a good one.
Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3 was built in Mario Maker 2.
Oh.
Alright, no, I'm going to make sense of this one somehow. I'm going to do it.
Alright.
Okay.
Oh dear.
Oh god, this is hard. Alright, so when Nintendo and Marvel were working together, they decided that the engine that they were using for the previous games was not good enough, right? So instead of creating entirely unique aspects, they used mechanics that are also precedented in Mario Maker 2.
Yes.
To help craft Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3. So they used it as the building blocks to create sort of a 2D-ish level design, but incorporated that so that they could use the mechanics that are new to Mario Maker 2 into Marvel Ultimate Alliance. So I'm talking about like roadblocks, or for example, in the Mario Maker 2 trailer, they had the kill requirements and stuff like that. And they basically used the 2D level basis as an experiment through Mario Maker to say, all right, if we had this as a kill requirement to get into this puzzle, how would that feel for the player? Right. So they didn't make the entire game in Mario Maker, but they used some of that puzzle solving, like trying to gauge satisfaction from player input. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To see how they could make Marvel Ultimate Alliance a better game. Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3 a better game.
Yeah. What I was thinking, Bryce, is that we don't know the extra game mode that's going to be announced at E3. So at the moment, we know there's a space next to 3D World. What if... Now, this is a bit ridiculous, Bryce, and I think you know where I'm going with it. What if Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3 was the extra game mode in Mario Maker? Where you can make your own...
Sure, why not?
Marvel boss fights. You can do what you want. With that, you can put coin requirements in there. So, you're bouncing around as Spider-Man, and you've got to get those requirements.
I really wish Spider-Man Day 1 DLC was with this one. I would have preferred to explain Metroid Prime 4 maybe.
No, but then that wouldn't have happened because Spider-Man's already in the game.
Yeah, but what if it was a different Spider-Man as Day 1 DLC?
Yeah, well, it could have been, yeah.
Yeah, but, this could have helped them to some degree. I don't think that it was entirely built in Mario Maker.
So do you think at the Mario Maker Invitational, do you reckon they'll be like, all right, oh, by the way, guys, Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, the team over there, they made it. They actually built it in Mario Maker. Everyone's like, oh, fantastic work, guys. That's quite incredible.
Yeah.
Don't know how that works, but congratulations.
So
Ninja, buddy, Team Ninja, you guys are crazy.
Crazy.
They're like, oh shit, we don't have an engine. Just use Mario Maker.
Just use Mario Maker. So, judging by on that basis, I'm going to say that it would probably help them. But They wouldn't have created the entire game in there, but considering that's where it is, you know what? That will be my first no. But I was going to go through the effort to explain it, just like you explain the cartridges, right? Mm-hmm. Because that's only fair.
Oh yeah, well,
right?
yeah. Even if it's a no, we'll explain it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And
I'll put it in the no.
And at the end of the day, it's just not very plausible.
No, it's not very plausible. No. Neither was the Metroid one, but I put it in there anyway.
Oh yeah, we actually did that as a yes.
All right, so we've got what, 3 more to go?
Yeah. So I have got Super Mario Maker 2.
Oh, God.
Imagine if I got Mario Maker 2 was built in Super Mario Maker. Actually, that would have been incredible because, like, if you get Mario Maker, and like, all right, we've got to make slopes, but we've got to sort of make it that you can make slopes in Mario Maker 2, but we've got to allow that in Mario Maker 1. So they've got to like do this matrix sort of shift.
Yeah.
All right. So Mario Maker 2, and the option is, oh God, Mario Maker 2 turns out to be a Game Freak develops game.
Oh God. Okay. All right. So how do you explain this one, my friend?
All right. So Game Freak they've been experimenting outside of the Pokemon franchise for a while. You know, they've done the Driller series on the Game Boy Advance.
Yep.
And recently, they even did Tempo the Elephant, which is like a 2D platformer, which was published by Sega and was not on Nintendo platforms, and Sega published it on PlayStation, Xbox, and PC.
Yep, Tempo the Badass Elephant.
Yes, the Badass Elephant. I forgot the little bit there.
Yep.
So they've been doing other things, and obviously there was a game that came out on Switch, but it was on PC by them as well, that came out recently. There was that. I forgot what it was called. I haven't played it.
Yep.
Harmonite and 3DS. You know, they're doing other things outside of Pokemon. And obviously Town, they're going to stretch their RPG sort of muscles to sort of try and get into there. And with their 2D experience, they came up and said, "Hey, Nintendo, let's have a go at doing your Mario games. You know, we do Pokemon. We bring in a bit of money, so just let us do it, mate. Just let us have a go." And yeah. Right. All right. I don't think it's going to happen. They're too busy doing a Sword and Shield with all that excellent post-game content.
Yep.
So, yes. No, that's a no. So we've got 3 no's.
Why not? Why not? It could have happened.
It could have, like, they're developers, they make games. Mario Maker's a game. I guess it could happen. But, don't think so.
You don't think so?
We got 2 left.
There's 2 left.
We got 2 left, and we got 4 options of what could happen for those games too.
There's 2 left, which means that the 2 are, and I know what they are, the Animal Crossing and Pokemon. So I've just picked out Animal Crossing.
Okay.
All right. So Animal Crossing, and there's a couple more options than there was.
So there's 4 options for 2 games. So it could be anything. We don't know. We don't know what they're going to be. All right. What's the Gossip Stone telling you, Bryce? Is it a good hint?
Animal Crossing will be released late year.
Well, okay. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Way to give me the last generic one, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, it's probably going to be closer to December release. I reckon. I think there's no beating around the bush. Again, it could have fit the late year one, the next year one, but I think Luigi's Mansion is more likely to end up that in favour of Animal Crossing making the Christmas.
I think Animal Crossing's definitely out holiday this year.
Yep. Yeah, there's no question about that. Yeah.
It'll be interesting what time, whether it's going to, like, Pokemon is November. I think December is too late for something like Animal Crossing. I think they want it out and just, like, in the main term. So I'm thinking September, November for Pokemon. Not Pokemon, sorry, Animal Crossing.
Animal Crossing.
Yeah, Animal Crossing.
I think it will more likely be November. I think it's going to be ready to go for that Christmas rush.
Yeah.
Considering with the 3DS they had 2 special edition consoles or something, and they sold pretty damn well.
Yeah.
I think they could probably end up doing the same thing with the Switch. With City Folk.
On Wii,
yeah. And the way the Wild World performed, like those 2 games
on DS, Wild World and DS, or New Leaf.
Yeah, no, Wild World on DS.
Yeah,
I'm going back a couple titles here.
Yeah,
but okay. I remember those times where it was sort of like people were like, "Oh, I love playing Animal Crossing on my DS," and people were like, "Oh, I love playing this really pretty Animal Crossing on my Wii, but I wish I also had the option." You know,
Yes.
for it to be portable, and that's what the Switch is going to be fucking fantastic.
It's
at.
going to be amazing for it. Oh my god.
There's no like ifs and or buts about it. Like the ability to be able to play that Animal Crossing in handheld or on TV is going to be so satisfying for so many Animal Crossing players. Mm-hmm. So you know, that's why I think it kind of has to make the Christmas rush. I think it'll hit that, and then it'll sell like hotcakes over Christmas.
I think for context, it's going to take the place of Smash Bros. Last year, where it's like, this is Nintendo's game.
No, I think Pokemon will be that, but I do think...
I think Pokemon's just like a huge game for them, but like, it's not... Like, Nintendo doesn't have...
Yeah, but Smash doesn't need Christmas to sell, is what I'm saying.
Oh, no, well, it doesn't need Christmas to sell, but it definitely helps, and also pushing Switch units for people for Christmas.
Yeah, maybe. I just think.
And that came out in December, so I would have thought December would have been too late for Smash too, but obviously it wasn't. So
I guess
still before Christmas, still in time for people to pick it up. And
I still think Animal Crossing is going to be like sort of targeted as their big Christmas sale.
I think Animal Crossing will also be like, you know, the game they base the floor space around E3 as well.
Yeah, yeah.
So like, you know, a little village or something, and you go and play. It'd be a weird game to demo, just playing Animal Crossing.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's not like Smash or something where it's like that demos really well.
Yeah.
You know, 3-minute matches, just bam, bam, bam. Animal Crossing's like, all right, just pick up the controller and you go down the beach. Oh, sweet, yep.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's something you've got to sort of sit down and sink your time.
Got to
into.
invest yourself into it and feel yourself.
I mean, I think it'd be great, and I think it's going to hit this year because it will sort of.
Yeah.
It'll, especially the Japanese market. I think it'll hit hard, and then you know, there's a lot of the Western market that's really into it as well. Ever since New Leaf, so
I can't wait to go to your little fake house in the game.
Oh, thanks, mate.
And hopefully we'll have different fruit, and we can exchange fruit.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Yeah.
All right, so the last one is
Pokemon Sword and Shield.
Sword and Shield.
Drew's most anticipated game of the year.
Yep. There's 3 options.
3 options. Which one will I get? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This one. Pokemon Sword and Shield, Day 1 DLC.
Day 1 DLC.
So that's exciting.
All right, explain this one, boy.
Well, Pokemon Sword and Shield, it gets released and it has Day 1 DLC. Well, all the Pokemon games, there's a special Pokemon you can get through Mystery Gift or Wonder Gift.
True.
At like the first 2 weeks.
Yes.
If you want to count that as Day 1 DLC, which every Pokemon game on 3DS has had, even Black and White had it with Victini.
Yep.
So there'll be like some Pokemon, for example, was it like Ultra Sun and Moon had the different form of Lycanroc. Was it the midday form?
Midday form.
Your midday form of Lycanroc. For the first 2 weeks, you can get a Rockruff with that ability to evolve into that form. So I think there'll be something like that. Was it Sun and Moon had like the Snorlax with the ability for the Z move, Snorlium
Z.
Yeah, whatever. So it will have something like that. I don't think, like, if you don't count that as DLC, there won't be like, there'll be this place to go to, or just DLC in general.
I would like to beg to disagree there because of the screenshot that was released the other day, and that was a T-shirt that was designed.
Did you hear about that? What happened?
Yeah. No.
So we talked about it on last week's show that there was a contest for people to design shirts to able to get them in Pokemon Sword and Shield and also get them sold in shops by Uniqlo. And what happened was that the guy who designed that shirt started selling them on his own accord.
Right.
So he's gotten banned from having them in the game, and he's gotten banned from getting them sold by that chain.
Oof.
So now there is going to be no custom shirt in the game, and there's going to be no shirt sold. Like, it's just gone.
Oh, wow.
Which is really disappointing.
That is really disappointing.
So,
but in saying that...
So there could be like, you reckon there could be like some clothing option or...
regardless of that, I think like... something like that will sort of come up in the future, and I actually think that it will sort of integrate into with the customization and stuff like that, because obviously we'll get a whole heap of customization options in the game, but something that that does lack is a lot of uniqueness, I guess, because by the time you get to, I know in Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon they had the Como outfit and the Lurantis outfit.
Yeah.
Once everybody got to them, they were all pretty much wearing that, right?
Yeah.
Like, they were the end game pieces of clothing. They cost a shit ton of money. And they were just, like, outlandish outfits for your characters that just looked pretty awesome.
Yeah, pretty cool. Yeah, they were pretty cool.
And that's great and everything, but it's sort of like, with the customization in the Pokemon games, they either have to fill it up, like, heaps, or we'll get micro DLC for small stuff like that, just to sort of sate our tastes a little bit.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, to be honest, like that... Like the bonus Pokemon, I do count that as DLC, so I will put it in the will happen pile. I think.
Oh yeah. I
think,
do too.
I think it's pretty obvious, but like stuff like the trickle outs of clothing options and that'll be great. Seeing like just things come out.
Yeah, sell them for $2 or something. You know, a clothing pack or something.
And just on the topic of DLC as well, like I would love to see instead of 2020 a new Pokemon game coming out. I'd just love like a
expansion,
a nice modest expansion.
Yeah,
whether it's like a set
Battle
of
Frontier or some shit. I mean, I want that in the base.
I want that in the base game.
If it's not, then give it to us in some form.
Yeah, like I'll happily pay my 30 Australian for a nice set of like a new island to go to, which has this facility and these Pokemon to catch and et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
And like, it's especially like, you know how they do the legendaries where it's like, recently it's just been, here's the legendary in your party. Cool. You didn't do anything. I'd love like give me an island, then like there's like a little challenge to do, which you earn that legendary, then you go to that place where you get that Pokemon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, no.
So, yeah, make it happen, Game Freak. You're not making Mario Maker 2, so... Alright, so I've got 2 more options here, Bros. Let's just read them out, see what they were.
Alright.
So you take that one, I'll take this one.
Alright.
So this one was a unique peripheral made via Labo. So, yeah, so that could be... We won't say anything Labo here, because Nintendo keep E3 as, like, just about the games gamers care about.
They do, but imagine, for example, they made like a sort of Zapper type of attachment for Metroid Prime 4. Let's put it that way. That's sort of like because these are both options that were mine that were unused.
And that would probably be like, it would be like very short saying, that gun that came with the VR set, you can use that for
Yeah,
Metroid.
exactly.
Yeah,
but you know, I don't know, something along the lines of that. I don't think Labo is going to sit out of E3 forever.
No.
And heavy MMORPG elements was my other one. But that could apply to a few games. And, I mean, it's sort of...
Luigi's Mansion 2.
Yeah, Luigi's Mansion 2. Yeah, no. I was thinking more like Astral Chain, for example. Where you've got like a community hub. Because it looks so damn similar to X.
Yeah.
And X had MMORPG elements in it as well. They weren't like, you could see people in your world all the time and interact with each other and shit. It was more like you can have 64 players fighting this boss sort of thing, which is what I sort of... And that's what a lot of people count as MMORPG elements nowadays.
Yep.
So, yeah, that was sort of just something that was one of my base examples when explaining this thing that I was going to use, so I'll just write it down. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's what have we got there, Drew?
That's
got
all of them.
2, 4,
so we've got 3 in the no pile.
14, 16, 18. There is a total of 9.
9 in the yes pile.
9 in the yes pile. We know that some of them aren't going to happen.
Alright, let's recap the yes pile, Bryce.
Okay, we have Metroid Prime 4 has Spider-Man Day 1 DLC. Mm-hmm. Alright. Astral Chain has been bought by EA.
Yes. God.
Fire Emblem 3 Houses will be at the Microsoft press conference. Town by Game Freak will make Switch owners smile with glee before running around their backyards naked. Eric, we've got an eye on you, mate. Luigi's Mansion 3 will be delayed till 2020.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Link's Awakening remake will cross over with another IP.
That was such a great one.
Yeah.
That was a great one.
Breath of the Wild 2 will have actual decent multiplayer. Animal Crossing will be released late this year. And Pokemon Sword and Shield will have Day 1 DLC.
Alright. And for the no pile, Bayonetta 3 will have additional download requirement. Marvel Ultimate Alliance was built in Mario Maker 2, and Mario Maker 2 turns out to be a Game Freak developed game. That's all for now.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So that's all of our, well, not ours, it was actually the Gossip Stones predictions. We'll see if they come true. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. That was cool. That was a good way to do it.
Yeah, no, I thought it was a pretty good idea. It's just when it zapped in my head, I was like, oh my god, that's a good idea. We should do that.
Yeah, I cannot wait for E3 this year. I'm looking forward to it. Like I said at the start of the show, I'm not just frothing, waiting for Smash Bros coverage like I was last year. But still really looking forward to it. We're going to see some Pokemon stuff soon as well, so that'll be good. And yeah, just for our coverage of E3, basically we're going to be staying up until 1:30 in the morning to watch Nintendo's press conference. Well, not press conference, the Direct. And then we'll be doing an episode straight after with our reaction straight after. So the episode shouldn't be too much later than the ending of the Direct itself. So it'll be during the day if you're in America. If you're Australian like us, it'll be in the morning, ready to go. If you want to hear our opinions about it all, if we're excited, if we're not, etc. Yeah, it's going to be great too. Hearing the Invitational, too.
Oh yeah,
the Invitationals. There's Mario Maker 2 one, Splatoon, what was it?
Mario Maker, Splatoon, Smash Bros.
Oh, Smash. Yeah, I forgot Smash.
How could you forget Smash?
I don't know.
What the hell, dude?
Anything else you want to say before we wrap it up?
No, I think that's pretty much it. I think we've formulated a pretty good episode here.
Oh,
I think it's going to be interesting to listen to.
If you don't say yourself.
If I don't say myself, I think I did a pretty good job making a game.
You did. Excellent job. Yeah.
Eric, if we don't see a naked post in the next week, we'll assume you don't listen to the House of Mario.
Yeah, we'll know, mate. We'll know. Yeah. Anyway. By naked post, he means waist up, or maybe just maybe like he might not like that either. Maybe just like neck up, outside, shoulders up. What do you reckon? What's acceptable here?
Just imagine like his head with just his neck running around.
He puts like a green screen on. Anyway, we'll stop harassing Eric. Alright guys, thank you very much for listening to the House of Mario episode 99. If you enjoy the show, please subscribe on your podcast player of choice and leave us a cheeky 5-star rating. That helps us a lot with finding new audience and all of that stuff. Really not that interesting to go through, but it helps us a lot. And it's also really nice to read a review that's what gives us constructive criticism, or it's just like, I like the show. It's just it's good to hear. Yeah.
It's just nice, alright.
Yeah. And of course, we are part of the 8-Bit Collective, 22 podcasters and 10 podcasts coming together to put awesome audio content in your ears. If you want to hear more about all the shows that are a part of that, search 8-Bit Collective on Facebook, Twitter, not your podcast services, your social media service of choice. And Bryce, where can they find you on Twitter, my friend?
They can find me at Ivy Revan.
And you can find me at iDrewby and the show at the House of Mario. And if you'd like to talk to us and our awesome Discord community, there is a link to that in the show notes, an invitation. And Bryce, episode 100, we'll run through it again. A celebration of 100 episodes of the House of Mario. You're more than welcome to be a part of it if you'd like to send us in questions, topics, or even an audio recording which you'd like to include in the show. There's going to be multiple skits. There's going to be guest appearances. It's going to be a lot of fun. I hope you tune in for that.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure. And Bryce, been a fun day.
It has been a fun day. I'm going to
run off and play soccer now.
Oh yeah, don't run off too fast, mate. You might break your leg.
Yeah, that's right. It looks really bad outside today too. I'm not sure if I'm that keen.
Well, you've taken your sword and shoved it in your stomach, and here you are. All right.
Yeah. So let's cue up the Nintendo Jukebox. Let's put a song on, and this one is by Joshua Milo. It's a Super Mario 64 Bob-Omb Battlefield remix, and it's good. Like yes, it's wonderful.
I think it's pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, guys, we'll see you next week for episode 100 of the House of Mario. Until then, I love you very much.
I love you too.
Kiss, kiss.
A hug. Friend zoned.